people come in, and
Yeah.
then,
Mhm.
no rush.
Hello, everybody. I'm going to give a little time for some of the folks to join us. We are totally inclusive. Anybody that wants to learn a little bit about baseball, have a little fun with baseball. We're going to talk a lot about different aspects of the game. It's truly the greatest game in the world. And I've never done this before, but I'm actually going to share a lot of the secrets and tricks of the trade that I've never shared with anyone. But I think this is a great opportunity to talk baseball and to share some of my great lessons learned. But I know there's a lot of youngsters out there that are watching, and young boys and young girls that love the game of baseball, play baseball and softball. It's a reminder to all of us and how much we miss our game, and how life is just not as great and as fulfilling without sports and music, and such a big part of who we are and what we are. And I'm excited to talk to the youngsters, especially because there's many people, young men and women, that will be here and that will end up playing in the major leagues, and will end up getting Division I scholarships or Division III scholarships, or going to walk on to their college. And I'm really excited to share some of the lessons learned in my baseball career. And today we're going to talk a little bit about lessons learned when I was 12, 13, 14 years old. We're going to talk about fielding. We're going to talk about throwing. And we're going to talk about hitting. And the techniques and fundamentals that I've learned over the years, and some of the tricks that I've learned to be a Gold Glove defender and to be able to hit at a high level. And I'm going to also tell you a lot about my shortcomings, and how when I was young, I didn't have a lot of power, and I didn't have a very strong arm, and I was a good fielder, not a great fielder. And with a lot of work and a lot of repetition, how I improved my game. This is a time that we need to be resourceful. We need to really figure out what is the best way for us to have some fun. And there's no better way to bring a smile and a good feeling than talking baseball. Let me show you some of the props we will be using today. So, you never thought you'd be going to a baseball clinic, and we have black beans here. We have...
I think that's just your snack.
We have my snacks. What are those?
Almonds.
These are my almonds.
It's your snack.
We have a tennis ball. We have some tape. We have some shaving cream. We have old school wiffle balls. We have a broomstick. We have wiffle bat, Mother's Day bats. I used that at Yankee Stadium. This is my old reliable, my George Brett type bat. So cool. We have some balls. These are really cool. These are from my 3,000 hit game, which are cool. We'll use those later. And we have some softballs. And we're just having a... So what I want to do today is really teach you kind of my contrarian ways of going about it. When I was 14 years old, I was determined that I wanted to make it to the major leagues before the age of 20. And there was 3 things that I did that are not taught today that helped me get to the big leagues, arrive at the big leagues, just a few months after my high school prom. And these things are going to be contrarian, but I think you're going to really enjoy them, and hopefully they can be tools in your kit to help you accomplish your goals, whatever those goals may be. And then we're going to end with some good questions. We're going to talk about some routines and some of the rituals that I used to do every night before going to bed and preparing for the next game. And we're going to talk a little bit about physicality, mental, and approach on visualizing. So we're first going to start with wall ball. Now, a lot of people think that you need a lot of money to play baseball, or you need a lot of folks to play baseball. But I grew up in very humble beginnings. I have my daughter here, Natasha, and I didn't have a lot of money. So sometimes people say, well, I don't like to play baseball because I don't have, you need 18 people. But that's not true. Our version of 1-in-1, I'm going to show you right here. Yeah. So that's going to be our wall.
Oh, sorry.
And this is called wall ball. And we have Amanda over here. And we have some candles. We're doing the best we can over here. And those are kind of the inbounds. And what we're going to do... Here you go, Tosh. Where are you? Not Tosh? There you go. It's my daughter. Look how beautiful she is. Yeah, that's a lot.
What do I do?
Okay. So you can get right here, honey.
Okay. This one.
Right? And I'm simply going to do this. And you can do this with... Don't go too far, honey.
Well, I want to get the whole thing in the frame.
You can do this with your dad, your sibling, a friend, classmate. And these are drills that you can almost do every day. I did this every day with my friend. And now I'm going to teach you the drill the way I used to do it. Can you do it now? Get really close. Yeah. So I would start with, over here, I would start with 10 with one hand, 10 with the other hand, and then 10 with two hands. Now, if you have a rubber ball, even better, or racquetball, something that's a little bit more bouncy, but it looks really easy, but it's not, because the ball's meant to jump off your hands, and you want to absorb it. You want to absorb it. This is a great way to develop your defensive skills. So I'm in. A little harder. So you want to be able to, over here, let's take a walk. And then I'm going to start. And you want to make sure you have soft hands, and you just bring it in. Watch it all the way in. Get a couple with your right hand. And what you're doing is you're teaching your hands to be really soft. And you can do this with, mom or dad or your sister, sibling, friend. There's no excuses. One ball, one wall. I would get all my neighbors really upset. At school, principal would get all upset because I would mess up the wall, but that's all you would do. And you can do this for hours. And you do this every night, repetition. Repetition will be your best friend, right? And then this is a great way for you to play 1-in-1. Our version of 1-in-1 basketball is you can play up to 21. You miss 3, you catch 3, your turn, and vice versa. So if Amanda's job is to get it by me, my job is to catch it. The minute I catch 3, my turn to hit. And you go back and forth at the 21. And this is a great, great way to develop your defensive skills. Then, once you do that, you can grab your glove. Then it feels like a paddle. It's so easy, right? If you can do it with your hands, you can do it with the glove. And again, you want to look it in, be really soft. Look it in, absorb. You want to absorb the blow. You want to come from down, up. So many young kids, and I see a lot of big leaguers do this, they start up here and then they jab down. Really make sure, come down honey, a little bit, that as a fielder, now it's a lot easier to be on your knees. So as an infielder, you want to make sure that you go from low to high. Low to high, and your head is down there with it. So if that ball takes a bad hop, you just see it, and there's no panic. If you're here, and your glove is up here, and your butt is up, the first thing you're gonna do is that, but more importantly, you're not gonna be able to see the ball. And as a shortstop is important, but also as a third baseman, if you see something funky happening, you can just back up and catch it here. So down to up. Now, little young people out there, fundamentals is the fastest way to the major leagues. Fundamentals is like having your MBA in business. These are the tools you need that are gonna help you shoot up through the system. It's not what you think. It's defense, defense, defense. So now we're gonna go to throwing. So we're gonna go to this part over here. So follow me.
It's connected again. We're good.
Yeah, but at first, and then I'm gonna throw long. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Hey, have them bring a little water for us.
Yeah, we just need to take care of
Are we connected, Tosh?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we are gonna talk about throwing. Now you'll get really tired of me talking about fundamentals.
We're back. Go.
Just like John Wooden, the famous coach of UCLA that won all those championships back with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and fundamentals, defense wins. So we're always gonna start at ground zero. So Amanda and I are gonna get about 10 feet apart. We're gonna take right knee down to the floor. And if you're left-handed, you would do your left knee. But I throw righty, so I have my right knee down. Now, come up close, Natasha. We're gonna grab the ball like this. That's called the four-seam grip, okay? And just like a clock, the great throwers of all time, Dave Parker, Sean Dunston, Roberto Clemente, they all threw the ball 12-6. Now, what does that mean? Just like this. This is 12-6, right? 11-5 would be like that. 10-4, you get the point. You never want to do that, because if you're one of these guys that go east and west and you get around the ball, what will happen is your ball will fade or cut and you will lack accuracy. So what you want to do is 12-6. You want to take these two fingers and you want to spin it down. You want to spin it down. And the more this ball spins, the straighter it gets, and it just stays true. When they say, boy, this guy has a true ball, it has great carry, it has great, the last 2 feet are really, really good, that means they're taking this and they're dropping it like that. So we always start, and this was taught to me by my high school coach, Rich Hoffman, is get right here, honey. You know what? Get right behind me, babe. Hi, Annie. Right here, really close.
Yeah.
And what you'll see is, again, that 12, and I'm gonna go right here, and I'm gonna go just like that. Right, so back to the fundamentals here, and I'm gonna go just like that. And I'm gonna do that. This is like, think about if you're playing basketball. This is like you shooting layups. No one shows up and starts shooting half-court bombs or three-point shots. You start at ground zero. Don't take anything for granted. This game will humble you every day. So you start at the ground level, boom. And you'll feel it if that ball, see, I saw some spin there, Amanda, that you had a little 5-7, right? 5-11. Just make sure that you really stay true and you go 12-6. And if you drew a straight line here, Natasha, straight line, even better.
Straight line.
Because then you can stay true to it. Boom.
Oh, good job.
Boys and girls, you can actually do this in your house. Well, you get in trouble with your mom and dad. So outside your yard, you don't need, we're 10 feet apart and we're working on just technique. A great basketball. Steve Kerr, Reggie Miller, Larry Bird, they all had great rotation. The same is true for a thrower. Roger Clemens, Bob Gibson, Kershaw, Justin Verlander, all people that can rotate the ball really well with a lot of velocity and a lot of strength. So boom, boom. Once you feel comfortable, then, okay, we're gonna work on that, Amanda, but it's looking good.
I want to try.
So then we're gonna stand up and you're gonna back up a little bit. Now we're gonna get a little bit comfortable. Now we're gonna do the same exact thing. We're never in a rush. Make sure we take a long time to get warmed up. I always want players to be there early and to really prep. So we did that. Now, this is our driving range time. This is the time to get our mind and our fundamentals, our core, ready to go. So now, we'll throw it for you. So we're throwing nice and easy. Amanda, you can start backing up a little bit. Now don't forget your technique. For you youngsters out there, when you're throwing, make sure this shoulder is like a snap, like a sniper. You want to make sure that this is your target. You go right here, and then you go down, right? You've already got the 12 to 6. So now you're gonna point, and this elbow right here is like you're elbowing a little person. You're gonna just elbow them down, and this is gonna create tremendous torque coming over the top. And then you're gonna back up a little bit. We're gonna long toss. Get in the other side of the tree. We have Emmy. Say hi, Emmy.
Hi.
Emmy will be next. Get behind the tree. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is how we did it back in the neighborhood. We would just play behind the tree. You know how it is. So, very important. The arm. You have to use it. If you don't use it, you lose it. Just like speed. Just like your swing. Very important to when you... I used to throw, 250 days in a row, long toss as far as I could, and my arm never hurt. I played with so many guys that never threw, and every day they had their arm in a training room icing. The point is, the more you baby it, the more you need to, the more it hurts. The more you let it go, let it eat, let it fly, use it or you'll lose it. So here we go. Little long toss. Right over the trees, perfect. Heads up, it's coming in hot. Whoa, we need that ball.
I'll get it. Here, Emmy, you wanna?
Yeah, just throw that one, Amanda.
Okay.
And you can throw it low if you want. Yeah, there you go. And just back up a little bit. Okay, so if you get right back here, let me show you where I'm throwing. Amanda's, here's like a tough golf shot. Over the tree, behind the greens. Okay, here you go. Back. Nice!
Yay!
Yes. Good job. So, what you're doing here is you're working on your legs. You're working on your arm strength. There's no way you're going to be able to throw the ball, a couple hundred feet without really getting your legs into it. Being athletic. So when you see someone who's a good defender, everyone just thinks is their hands, is their feet. Omar Vizquel, former soccer player. Ozzie Smith, great footwork. A lot of the great shortstops, Edgar Renteria, they were former soccer players. Nomar Garcia-Parra. Derek Jeter can absolutely, I remember when Derek came up, he would dunk backwards, right in your face. He was so athletic. So when you have great defenders, usually synonymous with great legs. What you want to do when you long toss is, again, if you draw a straight line, you want to make sure, look at my footwork right here, Tashi. I'm gonna step and watch how aggressive I get right here.
Yay!
Here's what you don't want to do. Watch my footwork here. Here's what you don't want to do. Be lazy and then torque back. You do not want to do that. What you want to do is, if you get right here, honey. Tasha, you're doing a great job on that.
No, thank you.
So don't go too far.
Okay.
What you want to do is you want to throw aggressively, and then once you throw, you want to continue your throw. Baseball and defense is about legs and momentum. You want to be really fluid when you catch the ball. You want to be really fluid when you throw the ball. But the only way you're going to be great is repetition. Repetition. You're not going to be great overnight. But all these little tools that I'm teaching you, starting at the wall, starting the clock, 12 to 6, long toss every day. And then once you long toss, Amanda, we're going to bring it in. So look at Amanda, she's bringing it in. Right.
Yes, Amanda.
Amanda right there is perfect. So Amanda's, she's a Hurricane, University of Miami.
Yay. Here, wait, go like this. Oh. Yay. Okay.
There you go.
I
So
tried.
you always, if you come a little closer, Tosh, nobody can hear that far. You always want to bring it up close after long toss, because what happens is this feeling in your fingers, if you're too far, you're gaining arm strength, but you're losing accuracy. So it's really important after you let it go and you build your arm strength and you build your technique with your legs to come in, and we always say the last 10, we're looking for accuracy. And my target, if you get behind me, Tosh, is, you see Amanda's logo? That's my target, okay? So I'm gonna go out and out of 10, I'm gonna try to hit at least 8 out of 10. That means that.
Oh, say hi to ESPN.
Hi, ESPN. Thanks for tuning in. We're just trying to do the best we can here. So again, 2 for 2, 3 for 3. Nice job, Amanda. We want to make sure that now we've addressed technique, distance, and now accuracy. So once we're done with 10, we're ready to play. If a ball's hit to us, we've covered every part of our game. I know, but I don't want to hurt anyone, babe. You can produce, tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nobody. Well, that doesn't help. Boom, perfect. Excellent, excellent. So now we're going to finish with a couple more throws, and then we're going to go to hitting. Oh, heads up, Nadeem. I like it. Thank you. How about hitting? We're going to hit here. Yeah. And Emmy, you'll be hitting. All the other hitting stuff, the beans and all that. Emmy, you want to give him a hand? All right, now we can get ready for hitting. Get a little water, we'll be all set. We'll go to hitting. So again, let's sit over here, Tosh. Really want to emphasize and review what we've talked about. Number one, the importance of fundamentals, the importance of not rushing, the importance of starting at ground zero every day. Fundamentals are like speed. It comes with you every single day. It can rain, it can snow, it can be hot. If you have great fundamentals, you will always have an advantage. How you get a competitive advantage is by working on these daily. And I created all these little drills to make sure that when I was just with my brother Joe or with a couple of my friends, you know, JD or Tris or Mickey growing up, I can actually go out and put them here, Nadeem. We can go out and practice at any point. Because what you want to do is you always want to take something they call in where the beans and all that, the balls.
Oh,
Um,
that's for hitting?
when people say like, oh, well, baseball's too long or you need too many people, I disagree. I think baseball is perfect. I think like any sport, I think we have things we're going to get better at, and we will. But as far as working on your game, you can do it here. I'm going to do it with Emmy. There she is, Emmy, who's really playing softball at a high level, and she's really, boy, she can hit. She can hit. And she's starting to love baseball. Look at this. She loves it. I mean, how can you not love baseball? Emmy loves baseball. Here you go. Thank you.
I was eating these.
Yeah. So we're going to use these, and John, can we get the balls?
John.
So we have almonds. Can you get closer? Yeah, almonds. And we have some black beans. Now, we're going to use these, and it's going to be really cool. We're going to use this with a broomstick. Now, naturally, hitting this with a broomstick is going to work on your hand-eye coordination. And hopefully, when you're done with it, when you're done hitting a bunch of these beans, when you get to the plate, the ball should look like this. And you hit it with a bat like this. Very colorful. So I promise you, I'll tell you one quick story. I was in Texas when I was with the Yankees, and I was really struggling. I was like 1 for 27, really struggling. And I was with my boy Pepe, and Pepe and I went after a game. It was still like 101. It probably was like 12:30 at night, and we found some beans. We had to go down to the hotel, sneak in the kitchen, and we had a really nice guy. I think his name was Juan Carlo, the chef. He gave us some beans, and then he came outside and watched us hit. And I ended up hitting for about 30 minutes. The next day I came out, and the ball looked this big. I went 3 for 4. The next day I hit a home run. The next day after that, 2 home runs. So again, tricks that I used to use as a 12-year-old. Emmy, how old are you?
12.
Natasha?
15.
So Emmy's 12, Natasha's 15. This is the age that I was using these tricks. So I'm going to show you a little bit, and then we're going to have Emmy, you're going to show us your great swing that we're so proud of, okay? So first I'm going to start with beans, and then I'm going to go to wiffle balls, and then we'll end up with baseballs, okay? How's that? Great. All right, so this is like Major League Baseball. This is like All-Star, and if it's getting dark, it's more like Hall of Fame. If you can hit these, you're great. Now, remember, we need you to hit, when I would usually do 100, and I can probably do about 100 when I was in the major leagues in about 20 minutes. When I was like 11 or 12, it would take me about 2 hours, and I would not come inside until I finished my 100. But I was a little bit wacko. I'm still am. All right, here we go. So, Emmy, I'm gonna show you first, and then you can come later. So maybe get here. Josh, maybe you want to stand up there a little bit, get on top.
Okay.
So we have an almond. This can also be like a red bean also. And then you can have them just, you can also have someone toss them to you. And hit away. You got some more, Emmy?
Wow.
Nice base hit. I don't think I've swung the bat in 4 years. I'm gonna need a massage after this thing. And you can do this on your own. And Tasha, if you get behind me, show them a little bit of a view of what we're looking at. Hit away. So you get the point. You can hit these, and then the black ones are obviously even harder. Look how
Into the-
small that is. Right? So, there's some wind, makes it even tougher. And it feels like a knuckleball. So now once we've warmed up with this, you try to do about 100 or 50. Then we're going to move on to some wiffle ball. Amanda, can we look at this wiffle ball? Yeah. Wiffle ball. Thank you. We got it. I got that ready. Here's the bat. Let's see. You go right there. Yeah. Not too far, right?
Okay, I don't want to.
So now again, over here, babe, over here.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Now okay, move over a little bit, other sun. Now, we still haven't left. We're probably like 20 feet away. We're in danger of losing some balls, but that's okay. They are wiffle balls. Nice, great swing, Emmy. Oh. Oh, nice. Home run. Good swing. Nice. Let's maybe get behind him. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, that's over the green monster. Nice. Oh my gosh, that is. Oh, face it the other way. Oh. Bases loaded against the Red Sox. Emmy's up. Pinstripes. High socks. Here we go. First woman ever to play Major League Baseball. Here we go.
Excuse me.
Oh, double down the line. Yes. Great. Let's do a quick pickup.
Okay. Oh. I feel like I should help. Hang on. I'll put this down. Okay.
So what we're showing you, Amanda, see if we can find all the balls. We're gonna move over here. We're gonna move. We're gonna leave Yankee Stadium. We're gonna head over to Fenway Park. No, not yet. Just the fake ones. Perfect. All right. What I'm trying to show everybody is that there's different ways that you're able to practice, right? And Emmy's doing such a great job. She really has an incredible swing. And Emmy, if you get right here, this is another way that I'm gonna go sideways. And you, so like practice one. Back up a little bit. Back up a little bit. Let me show you real quick. Hold on.
Here.
I'm gonna.
I got it.
You gonna toss?
Yeah.
So you're gonna be right here. You gonna toss it in? Okay, sit down. So throw me 3 of them.
Okay. Here, I'm here.
Can you do both? I can hold the camera.
Just throw
Lower?
it.
Okay.
That's right, yeah. Oh. Oh. So you get the point.
Yeah.
All right. Boy.
Did it go in the pool?
No. We're right there.
Right now.
Yep.
It's sinking.
All right, here we go. Yep. You stand right behind me.
This is good.
You'll do a few here and then a few here. Ooh, good swing. Ooh, nice. Good swing, good swing. Ooh, I love it.
Ella, get out of the way. Ella, go somewhere else.
That actually has happened in baseball before.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice.
Why does it sound like there's a roller coaster?
Ooh, nice. Wow, great swing. Great swing. Okay, we'll do a little quick pickup. I don't think you help us in. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about strikeouts versus contact. So I think one of the things that is a great opportunity for youngsters today, I think people are thinking about too much about power and home runs, and they sacrifice being a good hitter. Being a good hitter is evergreen and will never go out of style. Thank you, baby. People are crazy about home runs. They're crazy about... guys, excuse me.
Sorry.
They're crazy about swinging and missing. And it's nothing wrong with hitting for power. Power's great. But on my 28th or 29th birthday, I remember talking to Dave Justice when I was 21 years old, and he said, Alex, when you get to be 29, 30, 31, and you learn how to pull the ball, you're going to be that much better. And David Justice was dead on. He was right. And what I'm telling all you great youngsters out there, boys and girls, baseball and softball players, is think about being a great hitter. Do not sacrifice power for contact. Contact is paramount. The way you win championships is by putting the ball in play. Rod Carew, Wade Boggs, Tony Gwynn, Ichiro, all these names, they can play in any era, okay? And in a world where defense is overlooked and everyone's putting their focus on power, I encourage all of you to think about defense and contact and fundamentals. Something for you guys to think about. I will be answering some questions. I also want to bring you to, you want to go one more round? All right, Emmy wants one more round. She wants action. I love it. I love it. Ella, you want to say hi, Ella? Ella, what is this?
It's a hoverboard.
Hoverboard. There you go. Keep that outside the house, please.
Can I try, please?
You want to try?
Oh, no, I want to go on the hoverboard.
Oh, okay.
But I'll do it if you want me to.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's do. You guys can each do one. Okay, you too far?
Okay, please no high expectations.
No high expectations. None.
That's some. I don't even know. What do you mean no high expectations? Give me some pointers.
Okay, good swing. Good swing. Good swing. Keep your eye on it. Keep your eye on it.
I can't see.
You can't see. You're doing great, honey. You're doing great. Okay, good swing. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Here's what I'm gonna. One more swing, and then I'm gonna have a tip for you. Okay. Now you got to watch it the whole way. Okay. So I want you to pretend that you're gonna swing over the ball.
That works.
Okay.
That really works.
I want you to pretend that you're gonna swing over the baseball and try to miss it, but not under. You got to miss over. Okay. Here we go. Let's see if that works. I hope.
Oh no.
All right. Here we go.
This does work.
Over the ball. Hey! That's it. I think I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. Yeah! Yay! That was amazing. How great are you? Oh, my God. Ella, how great was she? Well, sisters, you know, there's a lot of going on. Emmy, let's rock and roll. Let's rock and roll, Emmy. Oh, man, I'm so excited. That was great. Now, Emmy's an all-star. So, like, she is a pro here. Tashi, very impressive. Very impressive.
Thank you.
I'm almost done, and I thank you all so much for joining us. This is so much fun for us and to share with our family what we love so much. I'm so thankful for baseball. It's given me everything I've ever had. I came from very humble beginnings. When I was Natasha's age, my mom couldn't even afford, cleats or gloves or anything. And I owe everything to this great game of baseball. So I'm just sharing with all of you some of my love, my passion. And here we go. The kids are telling me to shut up and pitch. Okay, so I'm going to pitch. All right. Here we go, Emmy. Oh, my goodness. Oh! Yep, you going to do it? Yeah. Oh, no, for the kids. Yeah, here we go. Good try. Okay. Bat throw. Nice. All right. Ooh, bad pitch, great swing. Good try. Nice.
Good.
Nice. Oof. Into the pool. Ellie, want to try it for you? Want to try it for you?
When we're done.
When you're done?
Yeah.
Okay, we can get a little pickup, a little pool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to answer a few questions that I have here. Where's Amanda? Can Amanda ask him? Because I can't read that. It's so small. Is Amanda here? Tosh. Emmy, can you guys help me? Ella? Hi, babe. Say hi to everybody. That's Jennifer. That's Debbie. Hello. We're having a beautiful day here. Let's see here.
What do you need help with?
So these are some questions, Emmy, if you want to, maybe each one of you can take one of these questions and just tell us who asked it.
Okay. Nick said hitting off a tee or front toss.
Oh, that's a great question. I'm a big proponent of hitting off the tee. Again, anything that promotes consistency is a great way to warm up, is a great way to see how the ball reacts. And on my next clinic, I'm going to talk about reading trajectory off the bat. So what you want is you want that ball to have a nice carry and be straight as an arrow. So I do love the tee. I like toss, but tee is something I did every game of my career for 25 years. Ella, Natasha?
Next one? Yes.
Yeah. Next one.
How do you create awful power?
Oh, great question. Who asked that?
Yvonne.
Ivan from Cleveland. Ivan from Cleveland. How do you create opposite field power? A lot of it has to do with how deep you hit the baseball. Okay, so if this is home plate, if that was home plate, can I have a ball? 2 balls, please. If that was home plate, in order for you, 3 balls, they'll be perfect, honey. So, if that was home plate, the ball in, you would hit here. The ball middle, you would hit there. And then if you want to hit the ball to right field, you have to let it get deep. So when people say that ball has to get deep, you have to catch it back here. And you see what my hand is right here? You see that angle? That's the angle that you need to hit the ball to right field. If you hit that ball out here, look what happens to your angle of your bat. You just run out of room. So really getting that ball and trying to hit it between your legs. Ella, next question.
Nate says advice for high school kids currently missing out on a chance to play the game they love.
Who asked the question?
Nate?
What's the question?
Advice for high school kids currently missing out on a chance to play the game they love.
Well, I think I've always been a believer in you have to play the hand that is dealt as well as you can, and turning an unfortunate negative situation into a positive. We call it making lemonades out of lemons. That's what they used to say in my neighborhood. So I would say there's many ways for you to get better. I think you can watch a lot of video. You can study. You can do some of these drills we talked about today. And I would start visualizing what is it that you want to do when you come back on the field. If you think about being a great hitter every day, about making great contact, about hitting the ball the other way, all it takes is 5 or 10 minutes before you go to bed where your mind absorbs so much information, and the first 5 minutes when you wake up. That's when I would think about what do you want the results to be when you come back. There was a guy that was in jail for 15 years, never played golf, and he imagined playing golf every day, like at the U.S. Open. When he came out, he was a scratch golfer. Now, bad example of the person that was locked away, but the point is mentally he was actually able to go from an 18 handicap to a scratch golfer. And I think a lot of you can improve your game like that. 2 more, Natasha.
2 more.
I think
How do you-
the glove and the shaving cream.
Okay, Chris says, how do you work on recognizing different pitches?
Chris from Minnesota, here's how do you work on it? One of the things I used to do is when I got to the stadium every day, I had my routine. I would get to Yankee Stadium every day around 2:30 or 3. I will walk into the weight room. Yeah, softball too. Walk into the weight room, warm up, go into the gym, and then I would go into the batting cage. I would do my tee work, my toss, and then I would see about 50 to 75 sliders from right-handers every day. And the more you see that spin, the better you get at recognizing it. So again, if you do it one day, if you do it 1 week, 2 weeks, but if you do it every day for 3 months, in month 4, you're just better at it. It's experience. You know, I remember as a rookie, they would throw me these 59 miles an hour sliders, and I would like break my neck swinging at them because they look like strikes. But what you realize as you get older is that's a sucker pitch. And what's interesting is what looks like a strike is usually a ball, and what starts right at your left shoulder, looks like a ball, is a strike. So par for the course for a young player is you take 2 curveballs or 2 sliders down the middle, and then they throw you the slider in the dirt and you swing at it. So that just comes with pattern recognition and just being a little bit more seasoned. Natasha, last one.
Mary says, what are best tips for recovery after a game or tough practice? Where's Beth?
Who asked that?
Mary.
Mary from San Antonio. I would say that the best part for recovery, especially once you get older, I used to just live in the cold plunge. The minute the game was over, I would lift, I would have my shake, I would review a little video, and then I would just jump on the cold tub, and then I would get into the sauna. And I would drive home, and that was my way of preparing for the next day. I am going to show you here one of my techniques. Ella, can you hold this, Pim? This is Ella here. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Here, should I? Am I recording you? Okay.
You are. So, one of the things that I do. Are you watching this? Get a little closer, right? One of the things that I would do after every game. So, very nice. You do this, and you have to really take care of your glove. You have to nurture it. You have to really take care of it. And once you do this, and then you put some oil on it, then once it dries up, then I would grab a softball. I would grab a softball, and I would put the softball inside. And what is interesting then is I would take it and I would put something around it, and I would put it like this inside the freezer. And if the game at Yankee Stadium ended around, don't worry, I'm gonna have to clean that up after. If the game ended around 11 o'clock at night, it would be in the freezer till 7 o'clock. The games usually at Yankee Stadium started at 7:07. So at 7 o'clock, Heat would take it out of the freezer and bring it to me. And I would go and play for the next 3.5 hours and do the same thing again 162 times. Why did I do that? To maintain the integrity of the leather, to protect the leather, and to make sure in the hot summer that it didn't get flimsy like a pie, like a pizza. So that's how I was able to use the same glove for 4 years without changing until it finally tapped out and I had to quit. So that's a little bit of my inside baseball. I've never shared that before, but that's what we're here for.
Someone said they put it in their oven.
Oh, in their oven. I actually don't like that, but if it works for them, baseball is very routine. So I want to say, I'll take that, honey. Mm-hmm. Thank you, baby. Oh, look at this. This is terrible.
Let me get you some towel, baby.
No, I'm good. I think. I do need a phone.
Let me get you a towel.
So I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for all of us. We've done our full hour. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you all for joining me.
Trusty assistant.
Jennifer, what do you have? What message do you have for the youngsters out there that love baseball, that love sports, that don't have their superpowers right now?
Yeah, this is a great time to practice by yourself. Alex is giving you some great tips of how you can play with just a wall in your house, and don't break anything for your mom. Don't do that. But just practice. That's what we do.
And what do you do for dance?
Same.
So again, what we're trying to do here is just have fun, play board games, make sure we train every day, make sure we read a little bit every day, stay positive. This too shall pass, and we'll be better than ever. So stay strong.
Yeah, use this time to get stronger.
Visualize what you want out of your life, not only for the young kids, but for the parents out there. This is a time, Shakespeare once happened where he was isolated because of a plague, and he went out and wrote one of his best books ever. So what can you do? You can sit around and we can complain, or we can sit around and turn a negative into a positive. So with that, I want to thank everybody out there. Hopefully we'll do this again. But it's been my honor and pleasure to share you and bring you into our home where we're trying to do the best we can with a really tough situation. Sending love to everyone, and have a great night. From our family to yours, see ya.